he got signed by the Falcons in like 2 days, which was
Yeah,
odd.
but you gotta see, and that's the thing too, is that a lot of the free agency moves, you, Adam, a lot of Bears fans I've noticed too, you guys are expecting or at least hoping that the Bears are going to sign a 36-year-old Calais Campbell. It's just not going to happen. You take a look at what Ryan Poles has done so far, his history just in this offseason in terms of free agency, he's not signing anybody over 30 years old. I don't care
Well,
who they are.
well, I think at some point he might, just because we have to spend money at a certain point. There's still there will be holes to fill, and at some point he's going to have to come to the realization. All right, like you said, this isn't a 1-year plan. All right, I couldn't fill the hole with the young guy that I liked. Let's move on. We'll handle this next offseason, and I'll get a veteran in here to fill a hole until we can see what to do.
Oh, next year, absolutely. But this year, I don't think it's happening. I don't think you're seeing a 31, 32-year-old signing. I
The
think
Bears, you don't
30
think
is
so?
pretty much going to be the max.
What about Ed Oliver? You think we can make this? I've been reading a lot on this. Ed Oliver is on the block. I know it was just a 1-day thing, and it kind of cooled off, and there hasn't been anything. But as I did more digging, he was kind of like the Chase Young thing, where that hasn't. They just came out and said he's not getting the 5th-year option, and he's kind of in there, but they're saying like we're not paying you, basically. And he knows that, and his agent knows that. So maybe we can get. This is where I hope, you know what I mean, Poles is being buddy, but now we need to get, like, say, get one of these guys 3rd-round pick. You know what I mean? Maybe Jalen Ramsey went for a 3rd, and maybe like Ed Oliver needs to be signed. I think that's really, I don't know, if I was Poles, I'd
and
be
that's the thing
focused
too,
on
is
it.
that Jalen Ramsey's an all-pro and he went for a 3rd, and he's only 28 years old.
I mean, he makes a lot of money, and I don't know. That was an odd, very odd trade. And that, like I said, it's so weird. We never like. Ramsey tweeted some shit out, and then, you know what I mean, 2 days later he's on the Dolphins for a 3rd-round pick and some 3rd-string tight end. Like, so we don't know what the hell is going to happen. Like I said, my antennas are up. I just have a sneaky suspicion that Chase Young is going to be made available very soon. That it'll be leaked out sooner, like after the draft, that he's available, going into the season that he's available. It maybe even he gets traded, you know what I mean, in the middle of the season. But he's a pass rusher who hasn't done anything with high upside that they don't want to move on with. And they're stacked at that position. They got Sweat. They re-signed him. He had good years. They gave him a new deal. Payne just re-signed. They got another, I forgot, they got another big fuck in the middle too. And I can't think of his name. I think it was Jonathan Allen.
They can't spend a bunch of money on that defensive line because
you're not going to have 2 guys who make, you know what I mean? And Chase Young's probably, even with the low thing, getting 15 to 18, something like that.
But this is what I was thinking too. So I put this in my notes. The Bears, not including the draft cap that's going to take a hit, they need to spend $45 million in cash to hit that cap floor, and that's over a rolling 3-year period. So $45 million in cash. What I mean by that, cash is separate and different than cap. So the Bears only have $40 million in cap space. They need to spend $45 million in cash, which means extensions are coming. Darnell Mooney, Chase Claypool, Jalen Johnson, Cole Kmet, they're all extension eligible. But also, say they make a trade for Ed Oliver, they make a trade for a Jeffrey Simmons, they make a trade for a Chase Young. If they extend any of those guys and they give them bonuses.
Oh, the bonus is the cash one? Okay.
The bonuses are cash. So that's how they'll spend that $45 million with these extensions. So I don't think there's going to be any big splashes in free agency. I think realistically, you see maybe Yannick signs after the draft or whatever, and then you see a couple of trades being made or extensions being doled out for guys like Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet, Jalen Johnson. They make a trade, they extend Chase Young, or they extend Ed Oliver, they extend Jeffrey Simmons, and that cash hits the cap. The cash hits the cash floor that the Bears need to spend for those extensions. They'll just make it like a signing bonus, and that's where that $45 million in cash will come from. It's gonna be exciting, man. Like, there's a lot. We've never seen a GM work so methodically, and really stick to his. He's sticking to his core. Everything he's said so far, he has meant and he has done. Now,
that is refreshing. Like I said, we're going to be critical. We're Monday morning quarterbacks, but that is true, and that's something we can respect at least. Like, he said, this is what I wanted, and he went and fucking got it, and And of course, we all wanted that, but it's just like the timing. Of course, we're always going to play hindsight. Like I said, he's going to. They're clearly could have get. You always could have gotten more. So,
Yes.
but I agree with you. Yes, he's been very methodical. I like that. And like you said, he's even if you don't agree, you can always respect somebody saying like, "This is what I'm going to do," and they go and do it. Like